Hello, and welcome to the Karma Kids YouTube channel. To view Nakos' story of sharing clearly and in beautiful full high definition HD, simply click on the settings icon at the bottom right of your YouTube viewer and then select 720 HD. Then select the full screen icon on the bottom right hand corner and then sit back and enjoy. Thank you. Nakos' story of sharing is read by Jesse L. Martin, star of numerous TV and stage productions including Rent, Allie McBeal, and of course Law and Order.
A long time ago, in a land we now know as North America, there lived a young boy named Nakos. One day, Nakos was walking through the forest with his friend Ziggy, the wise bear. They were collecting feathers for his friend Kota's new headband. "Ziggy," Nakos asked, "why are the green leaves turning red and falling to the ground?" "In this part of the land it is now autumn," said Ziggy, "and the trees are preparing for their winter rest." "Do the forest animals rest in the winter too?" asked Nakos. "Yes," said the bear, "but first we must find and store enough food for the whole winter." "That must be a lot of work," said Nakos. "It sure is, but we get a good rest afterwards," smiled Ziggy. "I remember what happened one year to Ronnie the rabbit," Ziggy went on. Ronnie was a rabbit who was always helping the other animals in the forest. One day a big storm blew a branch off a tall tree, which fell on Ronnie and broke his arm. It was autumn, but even though he tried, Ronnie could not collect any winter food with his broken arm. What was he going to do? Ronnie was very sad as he headed home for his winter rest, knowing he did not have enough food for the season. But when he got home, he saw that his house was full of food. All his friends in the forest had shared their food with Ronnie. Now he would have lots of food for the winter. "Is that why our tribe stores food after the harvest, so we can share in winter?" asked Nakos. "That's right," Ziggy said. "Now you are learning, my friend." On the way home, Nakos and Ziggy stopped to swim in the cool, refreshing water of Calm River. Nakos enjoyed swimming with Ziggy. He felt very safe, because Ziggy was an excellent swimmer, not to mention very big and great to hold on to. Ziggy saw a young boy walking toward them. "I'd better hide in the bushes," said Ziggy. "I don't want to frighten him." Nakos did not know who the boy was. He was not from the village, and he had very dark skin. He must be from another tribe. "Hey, friend," he called. "My name is Nakos. What's yours?" "My name is Sapiri," answered the boy. Nakos invited Sapiri to join him in the river. "I can't swim," said Sapiri, "but I would like to try." "Let me show you," said Nakos. "It's fun." Nakos was a good teacher, and the new friends had lots of fun. After their swim, Sapiri sat with Nakos on the grass by the river. "What is the name of your tribe, Sapiri?" Nakos asked him. "We are the No-Coat people, from the Great Plains far from here," Sapiri answered. "The Great Plains are very hot, and for 30 moons it has not rained. Our wells ran dry, and our crops died. So we left the Great Plains and traveled north to look for food. So now our people are tired and sick, and—" Before he could continue telling his story, the boys saw a group of children walking towards them. They had come from Nakos' village. "Hey, Nakos, who is that with you?" asked Nutta, one of the village boys. "This is my new friend, Sapiri, who comes from—" Before Nakos could finish, Rucka, the biggest village boy, pointed at Sapiri and said, "He's not from our tribe. Look at how dark his skin is. He's like the black bear." "My dad says never trust the black bear," Nutta broke in. "Mine says never trust a stranger," Rucka added. "Well, mine says we must show kindness to all people," said Nakos. "I don't care what your father says," Rucka shouted. "We want Black Bear Boy to leave our land." Rucka's friends all started to shout at Sapiri. "Run, Bear Boy, run!" Sapiri was very scared and ran away. Nakos ran after his new friend, but Sapiri was a fast runner and disappeared into the forest. Nakos returned to the river where the other children were playing. "Rucka," he said, "why did you make Sapiri run away?" "His tribe are the sick people my parents have warned us about," Rucka answered. "You'd better not tell anyone you've seen him. or you'll get us all into big trouble." Ziggy and Nakos looked for Sapiri for many days, but the forest was very large and they did not find him. "His tribe must have gone back to the Great Plains," said Nakos. "But the bald eagle told me the rains have not come to the Great Plains," said Ziggy. "There is no food there. I hope they find food and shelter. The winter is nearly here now, and I must leave and go to my cave to sleep until the spring." The two friends gave each other a big hug. "I will miss you," said Nakos. "I will miss you too," said Ziggy. "Be good, my friend." They promised to meet again in the spring when the leaves are green once more. Winter had come to the forest with snow and ice. It was very, very cold. One day, as Nico was making a snowman for his friend Shaka, he heard a sound. He listened carefully. He knew the forest animals should all be sleeping like his friend Ziggy the bear, but the sound he heard was crying. Quietly, he walked toward it. It was Sapiri and the No-Coat tribe, shivering in a teepee that could not keep them warm. They had brought it with them from the Great Plains, where it is hot even in the winter, and their clothes were not warm winter clothes. "Sapiri," said Nakos, "where are your winter teepees and warm clothes?" "We have none," Sapiri answered. "We are from the hot lands, where there is no snow and cold like this." Nakos helped the No-Coats find dry firewood and make their teepees warmer. He saw that they had very little food, and that their clothes did not keep them warm. "We're all very hungry," Sapiri told Nakos. "All we have to eat are roots from the ground that make us weak and sick." Nakos wanted to tell his village elders that the No-Coats needed food and clothing, but he remembered what Rucka had said. If he told the elders about the tribe, would everyone be in trouble? What should he do? That night in the village, after the evening meal, Nakos took some food and warm blankets and put them in a sack to take into the forest. "Where are you going with that sack?" Rucka challenged him. "To share it with the No-Coats," Nakos said truthfully. "They are in the forest and are sick from the cold and eating roots." "Why should we share with them? They are the sick people. You will get us all into trouble," Rucka shouted. "Give me that sack." Nakos ran outside, but Wolfa, the chief elder, was standing there. "Where are you going with our food and blankets?" he said sternly. Quietly, Nakos told Wolfa about Sapiri and the No-Coats and why he wanted to share the supplies. Wolfa smiled at Nakos, then said to the other children who were listening, "Luckily, I heard your shouting, or I would have never found out about the No-Coats. You should have told the elders straight away so we could have helped them." The elders took lots of food and warm winter clothes from the village to share with the No-Coats in the forest. The No-Coats were very happy and thanked Nakos and the elders, who promised to share their food and teach the No-Coats how to live in the winter. Back in the village, Wolfa asked all the children to sit in the learning circle. "If it were not for Nakos," said Wolfa, "our friends the No-Coat tribe could have died from the cold winter and no food. Not to share with Sapiri and his tribe was a bad thing. A bad thing makes other bad things happen. Now we have shared our food, clothes, and winter knowledge. Sharing is a good thing. A good thing makes other good things happen." The children understood the lesson and apologized to Nakos, who humbly said, "It's nice to be nice and good to share." And then together they all ran off to play.